Hi chickas, this is Mrs. Williams here to say hello. I miss you. I hope you enjoyed reading the story last week, Goat in the Rug. This week you're going to really enjoy the story that we have to read. It's called Half Chicken. And the vocabulary words, we'll go ahead and start with those. The vocabulary words are tumbling, flung, tangled, empty, swift, peacefully, stream, and blazed. I've gone ahead and sent home a vocabulary page and your reading book. I hope that you take time to fill out the vocabulary pages that we do every Monday. And I also hope that you can get your book and follow along with me as I read these to you. So the first one, number 1, the word is tumbling. There's an example of a girl tumbling. It says, this acrobat is tumbling through the air. Number 2, the word is flung. When something is flung, it is thrown with force. Just like that little girl in the picture who's flinging, or who has flung a stick for the dog to retrieve. Number 3, the word is tangled. These pieces of strings are tangled. It is hard to separate them. Number 4, the word is empty. This pot is empty. There is nothing in it. Number 5, the word is swift. Swift horses move very fast. Evie ought to like that picture. I know she loves horses. Number 6, the word is peacefully. The farm animals are sleeping peacefully. Nothing is bothering them. Does that picture remind you of Charlotte's Web and Wilbur? Let's see, number 7, the word is stream. This stream flows into a larger river. Number 8, the word is blazed. A forest fire blazed or burned brightly for many hours. While we read this story, I want you to think about cause and effect. In Half Chicken, some events cause other events to happen. The first event is the cause, and the second event is the effect. This story is a folk tale, and you're going to enjoy that. A folk tale often tells about events that could happen in real life. And characters in folk tales often learn a lesson. A folk tale may also explain why something is the way it is. In Half Chicken, you will read about an important lesson that the main character learns. Okay, so the author in this story is Alma Flor Ada. Alma Flor Ada comes from a family of storytellers. She first heard the story of Half Chicken from her grandmother. It was one of her favorites as a child. She loved the folktale so much that she decided to write her own retelling of it. And the illustrator is Kim Howard. Kim Howard has illustrated more than 25 children's books. Her style is full of color and detail. When she is not illustrating, she is painting and making collages. She also teaches students all over the world. Okay, so the question we're going to be asking ourselves as we read this story this week is, why are some stories told over and over again, such as in this folk tale, Half Chicken? Okay. I hope you're all following along with me. The first page I will begin now. Have you ever seen a weather vane? Do you know why there is a little rooster on one end spinning around to let us know which way the wind is blowing? Well, I'll tell you. It's an old story that my grandmother once told me, and before that, her grandmother told it to her. It goes like this. A long time ago, on a Mexican ranch, a mother hen was sitting on her eggs. One by one, the baby chicks began to hatch, leaving their empty shells behind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 12 chicks had hatched. But the last egg still had not cracked open. The hen did not know what to do. The chicks were running here and there, and she could not chase after them because she was still sitting on the last egg. Why do you think that the illustrator is showing a picture of a weather vane? Excuse me. I think that this story explains a weather vane and what it looks like, and so I think the author might have shown a weather vane too, so readers could picture one in their minds. What do you think the hen is worried about? You think she's worried about taking care of her chicks because she must sit on the unhatched egg? I think this shows that she's a really caring mother. Finally, there was a tiny sound. The baby chick was pecking at its eggs from the inside. The hen quickly helped it break open the shell, and at last the 13th chick came out into the world. Yet this was no ordinary chick. He had only one wing, only one leg, and only one eye, and only half as many feathers as the other chicks. What's surprising about the 13th chick? He's a little different from the other chicks, isn't he? He only has one leg, one eye, and half the feathers. Interesting. What's gonna happen? It was not long before everyone at the ranch knew that a very special chick had been born. The ducks told the turkeys told the pigeons told the swallows, and the swallows flew over the fields spreading the news to the cows grazing peacefully with their calves, the fierce bulls, and the swift horses. Soon, the hen was surrounded by animals who wanted to see the strange chick. One of the ducks said, "But he only has one wing." And one of the turkeys added, "Why, he's only a half chicken." From then on, everyone called him Half Chicken, and Half Chicken, finding himself at the center of all his attention, became very vain. Do we remember what the word vain means? Was that one of our vocabulary words? Let's see. It isn't, so let me tell you what the word vain means. To me, vain means somebody who is thinking that they are more important than somebody else. And I feel like that is exactly how Half Chicken is acting. He thinks it's pretty cool that people are staring at him and talking about him. He feels really important, doesn't he? One day, he overheard the swallows, who traveled a great deal talking about him. Not even at the court of the viceroy in Mexico City is there anyone so unique. Then Half Chicken decided that it was time for him to leave the ranch. Early one morning he said his farewells, announcing, "Goodbye, I'm off to Mexico City to see the court of the viceroy. And hip hop, off he went, hippity hopping along on his only foot. Why does Half Chicken leave the ranch? Is he the center of all the attention? And now he is going to go to the court of the viceroy. And I don't even know if that's exactly how you say that, viceroy. I'm going to have to look into that and let you know. But that's how I pronounce that word. It's kind of an interesting word. And if I look it up on my phone, I'll tell you how to pronounce it. Let's see here. It's viceroy. That's how you say it. Viceroy. And that is, when I look in the dictionary, remember how I taught you how to do that in our last week's lesson before we got out of school? If you look in the dictionary, it tells you exactly what the viceroy is. It says a ruler exercising authority in a colony on behalf of a sovereign. So he's kind of like a king or a ruler. And that's who Half Chicken is going to go visit in Mexico City. Half Chicken had not walked very far when he found a stream whose waters were blocked by some branches. "Good morning, Half Chicken. Would you please move the branches that are blocking my way?" asked the stream. Half Chicken moved the branches aside, but when the stream suggested that he stay a while and take a swim, he answered, "I have no time to lose. I'm off to Mexico City to see the court of the viceroy." And hip hop, off he went, hippity hopping along on his only foot. When you think of the setting of this page, what do you envision? Do you think the author uses a lot of details in this picture to help picture a little stream of water with a bunch of branches blocking the view? A little while later, Half Chicken found a small fire burning between some rocks. The fire was almost out. "Good morning, Half Chicken. Please fan me a little with your wing, for I'm about to go out," asked the fire. Half Chicken fanned the fire with his wing and it blazed up again. But when the fire suggested that he stay a while and warm up, he answered, "I have no time to lose. I'm off to Mexico City to see the court of the viceroy." And hip hop, off he went, hippity hopping along on his only foot. After he had walked a little farther, Half Chicken found the wind tangled in some bushes. "Good morning, Half Chicken. Would you please untangle me so that I can go on my way?" asked the wind. Half Chicken untangled the branches, but when the wind suggested that he stay and play and offered to help him fly here and there like a dry leaf, he answered, "I have no time to lose. I'm off to Mexico City to see the court of the viceroy." And hip hop, off he went, hippity hopping along on his only foot. At last he reached Mexico City. How do you imagine the voices of these characters might sound? I tried to put a little bit of animation in those voices, but I wonder, maybe you should go back after we're done reading this and use a different voice. How do you think the wind would sound? How do you think the fire would sound? What about the stream? When you're reading this to yourself this week, think about that and try to use different voices for each character. Half Chicken crossed the enormous great plaza. He passed the stalls laden with meat, fish, vegetables, fruit, cheese, and honey. He passed the Parian, the market where all kinds of beautiful goods were sold. Finally, he reached the gate of the viceroy's palace. Good afternoon, said Half Chicken to the guards in fancy uniforms who stood in front of the palace. I've come to see the viceroy. One of the guards began to laugh. The other one said, you'd better go in around the back and through the kitchen. So Half Chicken went hip hop around the palace and to the kitchen door. How can you tell that the guards have maybe played a trick on him? They were laughing, so that makes me think maybe they're going to be doing something suspicious. Let's turn the page and see. The cook who saw him said, what luck! This chicken is just what I need to make a soup for the viceroy. And he threw Half Chicken into a kettle of water that was sitting on the fire. When Half Chicken felt how hot the water was, he said, oh, fire, help me. Please don't burn me. Do you think the fire's going to help him? Did he help the fire? The fire answered, you helped me when I needed help. Now it's my turn to help you. Ask the water to jump on me and put me out. Then Half Chicken asked the water, oh, water, please help me. Please jump on the fire and put him out so he won't burn me. And the water answered, you helped me when I needed help. Now it's my turn to help you. And he jumped on the fire and put him out. When the cook returned, he saw that the water had spilled and the fire was out. This chicken has been more trouble than he's worth, exclaimed the cook. Besides, one of the ladies in waiting just told me that the viceroy doesn't want any soup. She wants to eat nothing but salad. And he picked Half Chicken up by his only leg and flung him out the window. When Half Chicken was tumbling through the air, he called out, oh, wind, help me, please. And the wind answered, you helped me when I needed help. Now it's my turn to help you. And the wind blew fiercely. He lifted Half Chicken higher and higher until the little rooster landed on one of the towers of the palace. From there, you can see everything you want. Half Chicken with no danger of ending up in the cooking pot. And from that day on, weathercocks have stood on their only leg, seeing everything that happens below and pointing whichever way their friend, the wind, blows. I hope you enjoyed the reading of The Half Chicken. I hope that this week, as you do the work I sent home with you, you enjoy the package I sent, helping you figure out how to make a weather vane yourself. I sent the instructions in the little baggie. Hopefully you can figure out which way is north or which way the wind is blowing. It's supposed to be pretty windy this week, so it should be a good week to do that. Also, I believe every day I'll be sending you an email. I hope you look forward to those. And if you ever have any questions this week, you can sure give me a call or text me or have your moms and dad help you email me. Whatever I can do to help, I am here, and I'd love to hear from you. Have a good week. Bye-bye for now.